like a boss.
All right, ladies. This is how men want you to text them. All right. And when I say this is how men want you to text them, we're not talking about the male ego. We're not talking about what he wants in his imagination. In other words, there is what you want and there is what you think you want. You see? So the reason why is because of this. Guys want you to completely give in to them. They want you to show them completely how much you like them. The thing is that they also want to desire you. They also want to value you. But you can't have both. You can't have it where you're completely adoring him, and at the same time he fears losing you, because him valuing you means that he fears losing you. You don't fear losing something that you don't value. You only fear losing whatever you value. That doesn't mean that the one thing that you don't fear losing is not valuable. It just might mean that you have the wrong perspective. It's like our parents. We don't fear losing our parents because we think we're never going to lose them until they die, and then suddenly their value rises, right? So that's what we're talking about. It's not that the guy wants you, but that the guy wants you, but at the same time they want to have you, but the thing is that by having you could potentially mean that he's better than you. So it's kind of like, so what we're going to talk about is how to have that balance where you make them want you, but at the same time you sort of don't make them too feminine, right? Because when I teach about texting guys, it could potentially make them so needy that you lose interest, right? Like my tactics could potentially work so good that you lose interest. So we're gonna talk about that, right? You like the guy, you're just so emotional, like you're so happy that you don't notice how you're coming across, right? So what you gotta do then is to have rules in your head so that your emotions don't completely take over you, like having guidelines so you can think a little bit more rational. So the first guideline is this. The biggest problem is how fast you text back, right? So the first one is the first text of the day. Anytime he texts you, the first text, take 2 to 3 hours to respond. The first text, right? Do this for the first month. Just for the first month at the least, right? Because the problem is when you respond too quick. It does matter. I don't care what people tell you. That does matter. When somebody responds to you quickly, it communicates that you don't have that many options. Is it true or not? Doesn't matter if it's true or not. But that's the impression that people get. After that, you go back and forth, taking at least 5 minutes to respond, right? 5 to 10 minutes, or 5 to 10 minutes, and sometimes 15 to 20 minutes. The point is that take between 5 to 20 minutes to respond 3 or 4 times, right? After 3 or 4 times, you go back to 1 or 2 hours, right? So what you're doing here is that you're creating unpredictability, you know, and also you don't want him to predict you. You don't want him to feel like he knows exactly what you're gonna do next, and that also extends to texting, right? So one day you take 1 or 2 hours, right, for the first text, and then once every 5 days you take 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours. You keep that. You keep that variation going, right? After that is you never double text. Above all things, you never double text, right? The next thing is in the beginning, no LOLs or ha-has, right? Use an LOL and ha-ha from time to time. Like when you're noticing, like when he does something, for example, I don't send LOLs and ha-has at all unless the girl texts me back and say, hey, I had a great time, thank you so much. Yeah, no problem, me too, smiley face. Or yeah, no problem. Like I'll send extra LOLs or ha-has when I see that the girl does something of investment, right? Yo, like for example, yo, thank you for paying that drink, or thank you for the drink, smiley face, right? Only do that when he does something good. So don't just send smiley face and ha-has, hey, how are you, haha, out of, like, you know, randomly like that, right? Use it when you're noticing that he is investing. Like, oh, let's say he double texts you, right? Send a LOL. Say, hey, if he says, hey, where are you? Like, you know, as a double text, you say, hey, sorry, LOL, I was busy, right? Like this only works when you barely use it. You see what I'm saying? Because people notice that you don't use the LOLs and ha-has. They notice it because they notice that your text messages are a little cold, right? Makes me wonder. All right. So that's one thing. After that, I generally don't recommend you guys using emojis when you text a dude, right? But generally though, I don't recommend it, but just don't do it in the beginning. That's what we're saying. Don't do it in the beginning, all right? Because in the beginning, you want him to feel like you don't want him to have a feeling of where he stands, right? So when you text a guy and your text messages are fast and full of emotion, you're pretty much telling him that you like him, right? You want him to feel like you like him, not because of your text messages, but because you're showing up to the date. That's your indicator of interest. It's not that you're saying you like him, no. It's that you show up to the date. You go home. I'm not saying to go home with him, but I'm just saying your actions speak more than your words. Stop trying to speak through your text. Let your actions. You say, "Oh, Deluxe, he's gonna think I don't like him." Just say yes to the date, and that's all he needs to know. He does not need to hear you do a speech about how great he is. Just if he needs more, then you. If he has a problem with the fact that you're not giving him, more attention, then you know what? I think it's best that you keep moving. You see what I'm saying? All right. So yeah, let me see if there's anything else. The texting. All right. I think that's it, ladies. All right, ladies. This is Alex from Mindful Attraction. Look, man, this is pretty much a very simple way of texting guys. All right, a very simple way of texting guys. And look, if he flakes on you, don't be mad. Just say yes. Say don't worry about it. But you're not gonna text him after that. All right. First things first. If he does flake on you, you're never gonna initiate contact. All right. After that, the next time you see him is not gonna be the next week or the next week, 3 weeks. You're gonna say, hey, don't say you're gonna be busy in 3 weeks. Just say, hey, this week doesn't work. Can you hit me up in 2 weeks? Simple as that. If he flakes on you, see him 3 weeks later. Why? Because you want him to know that by flaking on you, there are consequences. And then, but those consequences isn't you saying, hey, consequences. No, I'm just busy. So next time you flake, you want to think about that next time because I'm busy. I'm so busy, it's going to take you 3 weeks to see me again. It's not that you're saying, hey, I'm busy because you flaked on me. No, it's like, hey, man, I'm busy. So the next time he tries to flake at you, he's going to realize, oh, shit, I may not see her again. All right, ladies? All right, ladies. If you guys need one-on-one coaching, you know exactly where to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have 2 nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man, Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women of power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.